Hi there, it's Nikki from Permanent Popping, and today I'm going to get into and create a layout using the No Place Like Home kit from Studio Calico. Let's get into it. Okay, so I went ahead and I printed some photos that I knew I wanted to use. So if you watched my previous video of my Studio Calico unboxing, I had mentioned that I have been totally obsessed with Sabrina from Mrs. Scrap and Plan. She creates All About Me albums and has been for a few years, and I love that idea. So she just creates layouts, and she has an entire list of ideas that you can also find. So I'll make sure to add that in the description below so you can go and watch her videos because they are very cool. And there's just so many ideas that you could use. And honestly, I take these selfies for a reason. I mean, I felt good that day. I had fun going out with my friends, and I just really wanted to document it. And for some reason, it felt a little bit like I shouldn't. Like I should make a 12 by 12 layout about my kids or an adventure. And you know what? These pictures end up just sitting in my camera roll anyways, and I just love them. So why not use my products that I have way too many of to create, layouts with? So I asked my husband last night if he thought it was a little vain, but I think it's very cool, and he agrees. So we are going to go ahead with it. So these photos were from January, and I'm actually just, going through all the papers, the 6x8 papers, to see what kind of just sparks, and I really wanted to document this 3x4 card 3x4 selfie on an entire 6x8 sheet, and then I wanted to put the photo of my friends and I underneath a card on the 4x6. So I'm just going to play around with all the pieces that come in the kit. I really love how the papers come with cut aparts as well. So like the 2x2 pages and the sheets with the little word strips. So I think that really is added value instead of just the pocket card sizes. So right now I'm just kind of picking and choosing, and I know I want to use that bow, but I end up taking away the bow that's on the photo on the left hand side. I just feel like it's too much, even though I could use bows all day long. And honestly, I just want to use everything in this kit. It's so beautiful, and I end up not using enough, I feel. It's been a while since I've created, to be honest, and I gotta get back in my groove. I feel like I was struggling to create this layout. It's also not my favorite size. I do really prefer to create 12 by 12 layouts. I feel like there's just something to the square and the fact that it's not in two separate spreads. Okay, so yes, it is what it is. I am going to get back into things. It just might take me a little bit of time, and I really just wanted to kind of dive in so that I get back into scrapbooking. So anyways, it'll turn into something. So I'm just going to use these alphas to write out the word trivia. And do you guys use like Google to figure out like quirky titles for your layouts? That is one of my favorite things to do. I love just like writing in like trivia scrapbook page titles, and then it kind of gives me some punny words or sentences to go along with the scrapbook page, which I quite appreciate because I don't know, mama brain right now, I suppose. It is just not working. So I ended up writing trivia, and then I feel like I wanted to find a different font. for the word time, so I went into my stash and I found one from Coco Daisy, which will come up in a moment. I loved this chipboard, The Good Old Days, and I will end up using it on the front card that goes over the photo, the 4x6 photo, so it will make its way back, but that bow will not make its way back. I ended up using this cool chipboard strip with the music notes because it was drag trivia, so it was very entertaining, and she did a lot of singing, so I thought that was a perfect way to remember the night. It was quite funny and such a great experience. But anyways, so this night was fun. And in the end, we ended up winning. I think there was about like 14 other teams in the room, and the 4 of us won, and it was so shocking. I just couldn't believe it because, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking when it's all on, like, you know, you do it on your phone and then it's connected to the big screen so everybody can see, you know, what team is in the lead, and it is quite fun. But we ended up winning a 2-night stay at the resort that it was at, and so we were so proud at the end of the night and had such a great time. So anyways, I'm just looking through the papers to see what one I can put over top of the girls. I don't know, I guess I was really struggling because I wanted it to be an All About Me album, and of course I can add my friends in, but I really like how Sabrina created her layouts with, you know, just selfies and scrapbook supplies, so I kind of was trying to stick with that idea. So here is just the alpha that I found from Coco Daisy, just in my stash. I thought it went really well with the color of, you know, my sweater and the bow and everything. It just looks really, really good. And I like the use of different sizes as well as different, you know, sans serif and whatnot. So I'm gonna end up pushing things down and starting to get things finalized here. And I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm looking for my date stamp, and I'm gonna make sure it fits on that chipboard there and get the right date. So I'm just kind of looking on my computer to check my photo up, you know, to see that I had the right date. And is it gonna fit? It is gonna fit just perfectly between those lines, which was pretty cool. So I date stamped that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just create a hinge for the 4x6 photo. I ended up using the camera 4x6 from the collection just because it was, you know, one of the only ones that I could really kind of make work. And so I just get a piece of printer paper, you know, cut it down to size, and then fold it in half and attach both the pieces. And then I'm also going to select a card to go on the inside, which just has a quote so that I don't have to add anything extra on the inside either. So there is just going to be, you know, the photo of my girlfriends and then the camera image on top. It has to be trimmed down a bit, so I'm just going to do that now. And we're gonna slide it in. But first we need to put some more of the little word strips on there. I really love that. Like I said, it's so cool that these kits come with cut apart pages like this one, where you can kind of just pick and choose what works for you. And, you know, if the bottom half is not needed, then you can use the other side, and it's super, super handy. So I ended up using The Good Old Days, Love This Show, and The Very Best for those word strips. And I'm just gonna go through some of the papers to find one that works on the top. And I ended up choosing that one there, that pink one, which says, "Today is a lot of kinds of perfect." So I thought that was pretty fitting, and I really liked how it brought the colors together. And I didn't want to add a card that had journaling, like a journaling prompt on it, so that one worked very well for this. So I am just going to pop on the Good Old Days chipboard circle on the middle of the camera, which I thought was super cute, and then I'm just going to write a bit about the experience and the selfie that I took and how I was feeling in January. And here I'm just going to finally put it into my album. This album is from scrapbook.com, and it is holding my All About Me pages. So thank you so much for watching.